Hello YouTube and welcome back to Gibbs Gaming. This is Devin with another Warframe video for you today. Today I'm going to be doing a little bit something different. I just finished up the once await quest and some of my clannies and buddies were kind of giving me ideas, so I mashed a bunch of them together and came up with this one. This is going to be a tour of the Orbiter. The Orbiter being your landing craft. A lot of things in here a lot of people don't even know about or know how to utilize. So I'm going to kind of be giving a quick breakdown. There will be a few spoilers that you'll want to watch out for, but I'll try and keep those towards the end of the video so they're not so in your face at the very beginning and something you can probably drop off if you don't want those spoilers. You can drop off before they actually show on the video. So I'm just going to start right here at the main thing. This is going to be for navigation. This you will be spending a lot of time on. This shows you the entire star map, and as I did say, there are a few spoilers. There are a few things on here you may notice. I'm not going to focus on them just so it's not right there in your face like I said before. So you've got all of your planets here, Europas, your moons, Ceres, Eris, Phobos, Sedna. These are all actual moons in the actual solar system if you didn't know about that. Right down here we've got our dojo. You won't get one of these until you actually join a clan. So this is something you should be able to get to pretty early, just not right as soon as you begin the game. Up here we've got our specials tabs. This is events that are going on right now. So we've got the Dual Purge going on the plains of Eidolon on Earth. Right over here we got our uncompleted quests, which these are all different Warframe quests, so there's something you will obviously get later on in the game. We've got alerts going on right now. These are things that pop up. They do have a time limit, such as this interception mission for a decent amount of credits. It's only got just under 5 minutes left. We can go over here. These are going to be invasions. These offer different things like your mutagen maxes, your field-drawn detonite injectors. These are really kind of unique. What happens is when you click on one of them, you get to choose whether you want to team up with the Grenier or the Corpus in this particular mission. And whichever one you do, once you do 3 missions for that team, you get whatever reward they're offering. So if you join up with the Corpus and fight on their side, you'll get some field-drawn. If you join up with the Grenier, you'll get some detonite injectors. Right here we've got an infested outbreak, which you can get detonite injectors on both of these, so that's a chance to get up to 6 right here. Then we go down here, we got the Corpus Siege, again, field drawn detonite injectors. Here we've got a Snipertron Vandal Blueprint, a rather powerful sniper rifle. Then we got a Latron Wraith Receiver. These are just pieces for it, so you'll have to collect all the pieces in order to craft it in your foundry. We go down one more, we've got another infested outbreak. You have a chance to get some Utilus Allied B nav coordinates. This guy is one of the assassination targets you have to farm to get a frame later on in the game. Mutagen masses, field ground. Down here shows your construction status. Whenever one of these bars gets all the way around and fills up, there'll be a special event comes up where one of these big rigs will come, either the Fomorian or the Razorback, will come and start attacking relays on or in the solar system. And you'll have to go on Arcwing missions to collect ciphers for their specific bad guy. And then you can craft, once you get, I believe it's 4, you can craft one of theirs. Right here we've got our Syndicate missions. This one is for Cephalon Samaras. And he's tasked me with synthesizing 2 Hellions, so I'll have to do some Grenier missions to get that. These are the Sanctuary Onslaught missions. For those who have played it, know what a headache it can be. Those who have not, you're gonna learn what a headache it can be. Right here we've got our different syndicates. I've got the Arbiters of Hexus here, which I've got a sabotage mission and an interception mission I need to do for them. For this one I will definitely be doing with a squad to help me with it. Right down here we've got Steel Meridian. I mainly focus right here on the Arbiters. They're the ones that I tend to max out first. That way I can get their mods. I can trade their mods and their weapons with some of my other clan mates, get mods and weapons from other syndicates. I will also sometimes sell the mods on the trade and chat for plat. Mainly the Arbiters of Hex or the Steel Meridian, I've got them up to the point that I can get up to 80,000 credit or standing with them, and then trade in for a bunch of relics from them. Help me kind of get a head start whenever any of the new primes drop. Right here we've got our fissure missions. These are the ones that we do to help crack those relics that I was just talking about purchasing from the Steel Meridian. We've got a couple of lift here, a crossfire, exterminate. We've got a meso spy, a neo interception, axi mobile defense. Then right here, a little bit of a spoiler right now, this is going to be the daily sorties. And you can see right up here it says where the mission is taking place and the level of the enemies. You can see what kind of mission it is. In this case it's an interception, and then the special condition that makes it really difficult is going to be fire on this one. We drop down to the second one. It's a Kuva Fortress, level 65 to 80 spy mission, and you have reduced energy pool and a reduced energy regeneration. Then we drop down one more. We've got we go to Mars for level 80 to 100. It's an assassination mission, so this specific target you'll be going there to kill. Then enemy elemental enhancement means they're resistant to your elemental damage, as well as possessing elemental damage of their own to inflict upon you. So that is pretty much the navigation in a nutshell. So we step over here to the left. This is our syndicates. As you can tell, I've hit my max standing for syndicates for today. That's why I haven't been doing those syndicate missions for the Arbiters of Hexus. I'm almost to the point where I can level up one last time, and I'll finally have access to the augment mods for Warframes, so I can get more out of them than I can for the weapon augment mods. Right here we have our codex. This thing is just bursting with information. Anything you do, anything you can do, anything you want to do, you can find pretty much anything you need to know about it from the codex here. You can see Vor's Prize. These are our quests. All these have been completed. As you scroll down, you'll notice that there are a few I have not, such as Hidden Messages. Then I've done the Chains of Harrow, I've done the Apostasy Prologue, I've done the Sacrifice, Sands of Inaro, Silver Grove. I've got to go talk to Ergo Glass in the parent sequence to get that one. Then I'll have all of them unlocked and can start working on some of these other ones. The Jordas Precept, Alchemy Anthem, Patient Zero, and Hidden Messages. Those are the 4 you saw a minute ago that I have not completed yet, along with this one that I haven't gone to the relay to collect yet. We click over one tab and we've got the Universe tab. We've got companions, objects that you find out in the different maps, relics and arcanes. This one's really, really useful. Say there's something specific you want to look for, like most recently we had the Limbo Prime drop. So I type in Limbo and it shows you all the different relics that he drops from. You've got the Axi L2, which drops the Neuroptics. You got the Lift V3, which drops the systems. You've got the Neo L1, which drops the chassis. And we've got the Meso Z1, which you can see drops his main blueprint. You will need all 4 of them to be able to craft it. We've got our Warframes and our Arcwings. You can see the little laurel leaves here. They show everything that I've maxed out. Then you can scroll down, you can see the ones I'm working on that I have not maxed out yet. Then you can, below that, you'll see all the ones that I don't even have to begin trying to max out. I've got the Audinata here, who's almost maxed out. This is an Arcwing. I've got the Itzal here, who's, I believe it's like level 8 or 10, somewhere around there. Amisha, Elytron, and Audinata Prime are the other 3 Arcwings. So far, there's only 5 that have been released. We've got our weapons here. This is another one kind of like the Warframe tabs. You can go up here to specify whether you want melee, primary, or secondary, but this is just a general tab, and again, you can see all the lore leaves showing which ones I've maxed out. Go a little bit further down. The Meyer, the Cortac, the Amethyst, these are all ones that I've gotten fairly high but have not maxed out yet. Scroll down a little bit further and you can start seeing the ones that I haven't even touched to begin trying to max out yet. Some of these are going to be the Prime versions, such as the Bolt Tour Prime. I've done the Bolt Tour, just not the Prime version. Ballistica Prime, I've done the regular one, just not the Prime version. So there's a lot of weapons and a lot of Warframes and a few of the you can even see the Arcwing weapons here. Then we got factions. These tell you a lot of information about all the different enemies. Say you want to know about the corrupted butchers. You can click on them and it'll tell you what their name is, their faction, their type of armor, what their armor is weak against, what their armor is strong against. And then underneath that armor, you've got the clone flesh. Again, shows you what they're strong against, what they're weak against. Shows you where you can find them. This shows you something you probably need to know, like in this case, blade attacks do crit damage. So you want to use a bladed weapon as opposed to a blunt one. And then it shows you the different things that they have a chance of dropping. These are mods. So you got the ammo case and thumpers, the bronze drops. Burning Wasp, Dispatch Overdrive, Finishing Touch, Infected Clip as their silver, and then their gold is the Power Throw. And you can see that they really don't have it organized as to which ones you've got maxed out and which ones you don't. When I say maxed out, it refers to scanning them while out on the on your missions. I didn't even bother doing any of this until I got Helios Prime, and he just started scanning them for me, and that's how all these got filled up. It was nothing I did. It was pretty much just Helios Prime. Some of them I did do for Samaras targets and everything, but not a lot of them. Here you can find mods. If you want to know about mods or anything like that, this shows all of the ones I have and what level they are based on whatever sorting requirements you have, such as here as I have rank. You can do it by which ones you've got the most recently, which ones are the rarest, price, name, polarity, type, and duplicates. But you can see I've got quite a few. I've been playing it for a little while, and there's still a bunch I haven't even touched yet. So yeah, there's that. Then we've got Art Gallery. These are some of the different areas you've picked up and pictures and stuff like that. You can see you got fan art, different Warframes, Volt, Banshee. This is Valkyr. That's Mag, I believe. You got Saren here, Mirage. This is a concept art for Mirage. We got Necros here. And I believe this one's going to be a concept art for Zephyr. And then you got your fragments. Whenever you go out into the missions, you find the Cephalon Samaras fragments and you scan them. As you scan them, you collect little tidbits of information. This repairs Ortis's memory as you max these out. There are a few that I have not gotten to. These look like they're going to be on Phobos. And this one looks like maybe Europa. And so I still got a lot to do, got a lot done. nowhere near finished yet. We go over and we can do training. This shows you a lot of different things. You've got your basics, so this will be like a rerun of the tutorial. You got advanced movement, showing you stuff like your aim glides, your wall latches, your wall runs, stuff like that. This teaches you how to upgrade your mods. This shows you how to use your foundry, shows you how to read and kind of prep your damages based on what enemies you're going to be facing. This talks about your sentinels, the different sentinels, the weapons. This talks about your melee. It says 2.0. I believe it's been updated because there was a different melee combat system before, and they changed it up a little bit and made it a little bit more user-friendly, I guess I should say. This talks about your clans, the dark sectors. That's something you will find out about later on, whether you want to or not, basically. This talks about the synthesis process, Cephalon Samara, stuff like that. Then the index. Index is something you definitely want to get familiar with whenever you get further on in the game. It's based on Neptune, kind of give you an idea of where you're at. This tech talks about the different kinds of missions. You got your assassination missions where you have a specific target you have to go and kill. This talks about your captures where you have to go beat the crap out of them, knock them to the ground, and capture them. Deception missions, defense missions where you have a central location you have to defend against enemies. I just did a video about that on Once Awake. If you haven't, please do go watch those videos. We've got our excavation missions, our exterminate missions, recovery or rescue, mobile defense, invasion missions, interceptions, hive sabotage, hijack, rescue, team annihilation. These two right here, and I believe these two right here as well, are going to be PvP events that you can do. I'll show you where to do those here in just a minute. Survival missions, just endless wave of enemies. Stay alive as long as you can. Spy missions, this is a stealthy mission, which I've done one of those as well for the Uranus Rosalind spy mission. If you haven't, please do check that video out. Then we got our sabotage missions as well. So this is our codex. Again, a lot of information. Basically what I'm trying to do here is cover information that the game really doesn't do the best job of covering whenever you first start off. Right here's our newsstand. Anything important that pops up, like they're talking about linking your Twitch Prime or Amazon Prime accounts over and linking them with Warframe, and they'll give you special prizes, such as if you would link your Twitch Prime and watch the event a couple days or last week, you could have got a free Ash Prime Warframe. Right now you can also get a free license skin for your Orbiter, and it also comes with a free Trinity Prime frame. This right here, this is the Conclave. This is the PvP I was just talking about 2 seconds ago. You can see the Annihilation. This is basically just a free-for-all. Then you've got Team Annihilation. This is a PvP, team multiplayer, team deathmatch type thing. This is Cephalon Capture. This is, if I believe it correctly, it's a kind of a capture the flag type mission. Then you've got Lunaro. This is kind of a sporty game, kind of like a mix between soccer and lacrosse, kind of. This one's kind of fun. I haven't done a whole lot of PvP on any of these though, so I can't give you too much information on that. This is our market. In here you can buy stuff for platinum. You can even buy some things for credits. So I'll go ahead and search, and we can do scan. I'll just type in scan, hit done. It brings up codex scanners, which I only have 100 of, and you can buy them. You get 25 scanners for 500 credits, so you won't be spending platinum on these. You just tap up however many you want to buy. Remember, it is times 25, and then hit purchase. And you got them. Then you got other things like the Helio Core here, Helios, Nyx Nemesis skin, which I'm not really sure why that's under scan, but it does. Helios, he has a mod you can attach to him that whenever he gets close enough to anything that needs to be scanned, he will scan it for you as long as you have scanners equipped to your wheel, your gear wheel. Helio Core does much the same thing, but you just beat the crap out of them with this giant hammer and it scans them whenever you kill them. So that is the market. I'm trying to speed this up. I realize I've been rambling on a lot about some of these larger things like the navigation and the codex here. So I'm trying to speed them up a little bit. Right here you do have the scanner. This just gives you little funny things here and there. You can hear like smuggler ships being raided and stuff like that. It doesn't, as far as I know, doesn't play much to the gameplay. It's just kind of fun. Alright, here's the second level. This is the second one you're going to be really introduced to. This is the arsenal. This is where you can choose which frame you want, which weapons you want. You can mod them out. So you can see it says upgrade appearance and abilities. You can click on R2 and you can see the different abilities, what they do. You see all of these say like rest and rage, pacify and provoke. With that's something specific to Equinox here. It's something he can switch in between day and night forms, and then it allows him to access different abilities depending on which range or which form he's in at the time. And you can see every Warframe has a passive over here, like it says health orbs generate a little energy, while energy orbs restore a bit of health. It's a bit of an equilibrium type thing. Some of you may have noticed my little cyst right here. I will talk about that in just a minute as well. You can see everything you need to know basically about your different abilities here. And then you can hit, in my case it's square since I'm playing on PlayStation, you can hit whatever that button is right there. And you can see what they are regularly without your mods equipped, and you can see with the mods. And then say you've got your weapon here, you want to upgrade it. This is how you upgrade and apply the different mods. It's worth mentioning that all your mods start at the top left and are applied in order for everything you do from the top left to the bottom right. So it'll go top left, over one, over one, over one, then drops down over here and goes over again. So whenever you're applying different mods for, say you want to equip something to try and get radiation damage, you need electric and fire. You got wildfire here. This is magazine capacity as well as 60% heat damage, whereas high voltage is 60% electricity and 60% status chance. This will boost your magazine capacity and still give you that radiation damage. Thermite rounds is the heat and status chance, so it's the same thing as high voltage, just heat instead of electricity. But you would want to put those side by side here. If you put them one on top of the other, and then so you would have that ice or the radiation damage, and you put cryo rounds here, it's going to interact these two, so you'll have magnetic damage, and then you'll also have fire damage on the side. So the placement of the mods in this is really kind of important as well. Then we've got our companions here. Here's where you equip your Kubro if you have a Kubro, your Kavad if you have a Kavad, your companions such as your Sentinels are done here as well. I've got the Death Cube, Helios Prime, Taxon, and Worm. I've also maxed out Carrier and Shade. I have not done Helios or Dirigia. Both of these are acquired from your clan dojo. This one's in the Energy Lab. I believe this one is in the Bio Lab. Whenever you click on them, you can purchase them for 75 plat. If you look up here, you'll see this little credit tab. If you click on that, you can purchase it for 100,000 credits, plus you're going to need another 15,000 to build it, 500 polymer bundle, 350 plastids, 600 alloy plates, and 2 argon crystals. So I could purchase that one right now, but since I don't have the argon crystals, I would not be able to build it. If you click on Helios here, you see you don't actually have a credits tab here. Instead, you've got this little microscope. And it says you have to purchase the blueprint in the energy lab in your clan dojo. There are a lot of weapons where you have to buy them from your clan dojo as well. And there are even a few warframes that you can only purchase from your clan dojo. So it's worth joining a clan if they're already built up. If not, you can build your own and build it yourself. However you really want to do that. Alright, next step, we've got our foundry here. So our foundry is where we build anything and everything. The first tab that comes up is going to be every blueprint you own in the entire foundry. So it's worth being able to click over to these alternate tabs. So we've got the ones that I'm already researching. Our Sonar's Prime, my Euphona Prime, Oberon, my Venka, and Volnus are all done. I just don't have room for them or slots to put them in right now. I've got Wukong and Nezha building right now. And as you can tell, it's going to be just under 2 days before they are done. They do take 72 hours to complete a Warframe. I've got my Forma here, which is just under 11 hours, so it won't be longer than that'll be done. You can look over here and you can see that I've got 4 already and 2 blueprints left, so I try and keep a decent stock of these so I can form on my weapons and my frames when I feel the desire to, or if their mod capacity doesn't quite meet what I need. These are all the things I have all the materials needed to build, and I possibly could if I wanted to. But you can see right here, whenever you scan over it, say the Frost chassis here, these are all the different things you need to build it. So you've got 300 rubido. The first number is the number you have. The second number is the number this particular one requires. So 1 Morphic, 1,000 ferrite, and 300 rubido. Got the Haro chassis and the Haro systems here. I've got the Dragon keys. I've got all 4 of the Dragon keys, multiple copies of each of them. I got 2 pieces of the Nidus, still working on the chassis. These are the Broken Derelict keys, something you'll become familiar with. You do purchase those from the marketplace, like I showed you the scanners a little bit ago. They are also purchased with credits, not with platinum, so you don't have to worry about that. These are all the pieces of the Warframes, whether you can copy them or not, or build them currently or not. I've got 2 pieces of Chroma. I need this one. I can go to my clan dojo and get the Volt and the Optics. I just haven't done that because I haven't gotten the Saren systems to make the Chroma systems yet, so I'm not in a big hurry until I can get that. You keep going down. Frost Prime, Haro. You'll see from Haro you need the Neuroptics, chassis, and systems. You have to have those built before you can put him together like a giant puzzle. I've got the systems here and the chassis. I can build both of those. I just need the Neuroptics. And I will usually build all 3 of the pieces at the same time rather than having a couple of them ready. And you can see there's quite a few that I have of both that I can and cannot build. Over here we've got our primary weapons, your rifles, your bows, stuff like that. We got our secondaries. These are our pistols, our throwing weapons, and Euphona Prime's a hand shotgun. So are the Broncos. This is the AK Bronco, which just means it's an akimbo style weapon. You've got your primary name here, it says Bronco. You've got the AK at the front making an AK Bronco, which just means it's akimbo. It is a prime, so it does tend to be a little bit difficult to make because you have to find all the pieces for a Bronco Prime, build it, find all the pieces for a second copy of the Bronco Prime, build it, have this AK Bronco link, and put them together. So they are difficult. I'm not sure what makes this difficult from the AK Volto, but for the AK Volto all you need are the barrels, 2 receivers, and the link. I'm still working on those 2 receivers. Those are gold drops, so they're kind of rare. Next tab, we've got all of our melee weapons. My Meyer, I can build, have not built yet. I've Got the Ninkondi, the Homa, the Orbius, the Severe. You'll notice I've got the weapon, the Magistar. I've got the alloy plate. I just don't have enough cryotic to build it yet, so I'm holding off on that. It's the only reason I haven't built that yet, I should say. Still working on this Prime Guard. It tends to be a little bit difficult. It's being stubborn for me that the relics don't want to drop it. I've got 8 of 10 Orokin cells, so I can go over to the Void and farm those when I get that built with a guard. I mean, the Venka and Volnus I've already built. They're sitting in my foundry waiting for me to pull them out. We've got our Archwing. I've got all the pieces for this. I just need 2 Tellurium and I can build that. I don't have any of the pieces for this Signus here. Next we've got our landing craft. I've got 2 of the pieces for the Mantis. I just need, I believe it's the engines next. And I'll be able to craft that. I do need the Minicraft Foundry segment, but I do have it. It's just I haven't built it because I haven't had a reason to build it. Next we step over. I've got my energy resource here. The Fomorian Disrupted. This is one of those special events from the invasion missions I was talking about. You need 4 Omega Isotopes, 300 Cryotic, and 3,500 Nanospores in order to craft one of those. They only take 1 minute to craft, so it's not very difficult. This is the Razorback. This is for the other one. You need 4 cryptographic ALUs. I've got 2 of 4, so it won't take long for me to get my first one of those built. These Apothix, those are quest items that you will run across later on in the game. Not something I can do at this moment to really show you what it is about. Then we got our keys, we got our dragon keys, we got our Orokin derelict keys. Not much to be said about those. They're really simple, straightforward. Amp, I'm still working on being able to build this brace. And then there's 2 other pieces. This is like a weapon. But that's a little bit of a spoiler alert. I don't want to drop too much information like that. This is for our fishing on Cetus. We got the luminous dyes and our baits here. This is mining on Cetus as well in the plains of Eidolon. I've got the tier Azurite, a couple different blueprints for the alloys, a couple different blueprints for the gems. These gems, if you don't refine them, you can sell them for Austrian standing, kind of get your standing down there, boost it up, get you better gear you can purchase. Then this is kind of an umbrella. Anything that doesn't necessarily fall under the rest of these tabs gets dropped here. So Archwing Launcher segment, Landing Craft Foundry segment, the Manticore, that's for the Octavia's Anthem quest, and Titan extractors. These extractors are something you can go over to the navigation. You click on any planet that you've completed every node at least once. You can drop an extractor on that planet and it'll farm a few things for you. I forgot to show you this. It didn't click until just now. So Sedna, I'm nowhere near being able to do that, but if I go over here to, say, series, you can see I have no blue dots on here, so I've hit every node at least once. So I can come down here, and on mine it's R3, but it says deploy extractor. I have a chance of getting any of these items. The detonite ampules, Orokin cells, circuits, or alloys. They don't have any specific chance that I'm aware of as to which one you're going to get or not. You just kind of luck of the draw. And I've got 5 extractors. I can drop any one of them. Just click on it and it shows you right here that you've got one down, and there's a little bar that goes around the outer edge to let you know when it's done, and you can collect that and whatever it brings you. So next step, this right here is for your Sentinel. You can't really interact with it here. It's all done through the arsenal over there. But this shows you whichever one you have equipped at the time. Right here, this is your incubator. This is for breeding Kubros and Kavats. I could build a Kubro right now if I wanted to. I already have one. I've maxed it out. I've got it in stasis right now, and that way I can breed a Kavat. I just got to get a few more Kavat genetic codes. Not the easiest thing to acquire. Right here we've got our mods. Try and make this as quick as possible. You've got tab. This is for everything. You've got tabs for Warframe, your aura slots, augment mods, primary weapons, secondary weapons, melee weapons. These are your stance mods for your melee weapons. These are your X-list mods. These are the only ones that can fit inside the X-list mod slot if you have an X-list mod adapter on that frame. These are for your arc wings. These are for your arc wing primary weapons, arcwing melee weapons. These are for specifically for your sentinels. These are going to be for your companions, your kubros and your kavats. Then we got duplicates. Anything that you have multiple copies of, you'll find under this tab. Next we have our ribbon mods. You won't be able to start getting these until you're able to unlock the daily sorties. As you can see, I've unlocked 2 of them here, and I've got one that I'm still working on. It's not necessarily the easiest, not necessarily the most difficult either. You can say you've got the afterburner here for the Elytron. You can start fusing. You use your credits and your endo, and you can make it more powerful. You'll see it amps up the drain to 9, but it also allows you to do much more damage. So at the very max, it does 500 damage for 12 seconds. 10 seconds for 400, 8 seconds for 300, and the base 6 seconds for 200 damage. So there is that. You can also click on, okay, I've got 2 stance mods here for the cleaving whirlwind for the heavy blade. I can go up here, and if I wanted to, I could sell it for 1,000 credits or for 15 endo. You have those choices. I try not to do that, especially with the gold ones, but with your silver that are uncommon and your bronze that are super common, I will sell my extra copies of these. See, I've got 41 of this one. I'll try and keep 1, but I've got a calculator redirection here, calculator redirection here, so I could literally sell all of them for 8,200 credits. In fact, I will. Oh, we saw something I forgot. Right here, we got our I-10 treasures. These are the sculptures that you can acquire. They're sometimes hiding, sometimes in plain sight. You can also get them from the daily or the weekly I-10 treasure hunt through Maru on Maru's Bazaar. As you can see, each of these have these little black markings here. This is just saying I put the stars into them that they require. Over here you see this one is completely empty. So you'll notice right here there's a little slot. You can stick a star into it and it'll start twitching. You stick another one in, it moves a little bit more. You come over to the other side and we've got another one in. You'll notice over here that the endo rating right here is going up with each star I put into it. Now it's at its max at 2,700. It moves a lot more than it did whenever it had no stars in it. So yeah, that's about all there is to say about those. I tend to hold on to mine and sell them for endo whenever I'm trying to upgrade any of these mods that I need endo for. Right now I'm sitting at a total of 4,000 endo. So I could sell a bunch of those and get a lot of endo from them. You do that at Maru's Bazaar on Mars, same as the I-10 treasure. We drop down here. Now we're starting to get much deeper into the spoiler area. This is the infested room. You can see all the different.
Ordis would enjoy
purging this.
All the different
this room, but
flora
sadly this
of the different
vile mass
regions in
serves
here.
you and your Warframe.
Not sure what
unnecessary
purpose this serves, other than to remove the cysts. You can see it says cure cysts. That's that pink thing on the side of my neck. All Warframes will get them at one point or another from contact with infested through the course of the mission.
A strange biological
You can
archive here.
sit down,
I
have
cannot
it cure the
explain it
cyst. It
properly,
sticks one of
as
those
you know,
giant
I have
tentacles in
sustained
there and
memory
sucks
system
it out.
damage. Ordis recommends
Or
leaving
you
at
can
once
keep
and
it
welding the
on.
door shut.
And use it to craft a helmet charger, which is why I have not cured this one. Now we are definitely hitting the spoilers, so this would be your chance to drop out if you don't want these spoilers. If you're not worried about them, please do continue watching. This is the cradle. This is where your Tenno, the magical human being or mutant that is controlling the frame, sits in here. You can alter their equipment that they carry. You can alter their appearance. I do have mine set up to look like a female along with the voice. You can alter the appearance here. This is focus. I need to apply my focus. My primary focus is the Matter Eye. You can unlock all of these through the use of focus points. And this is your Tenno. At times, whenever you're in your ship, you're on Cetus, you're in the plains of Eidolon, you're on any mission, you can tap your button, whatever button it is, for yours, and you can switch to your Tenno. You can jump, you can move, you can run, you can slide. And that is your Tenno. This is your personal quarters. This is something you have to craft in your foundry in order to have access to. As you can see, I've got a couple mawfish in my fish tank here. I've got my Trinity Prime as my little design here, which I can change that to display to any of the Warframe setups I have set up right now. So that is my Saren Prime. I've got a couple Shraks in here as well, and a chark eel. Kind of a little bit of a mixture of all the different fish in here that I am able to catch at this point in time. You can look out at space. You can take a knee. You can decorate anything. You can stick stuff on the wall, on the ceilings, on the floor. In the little shelving here, as you can see, I've got my tea set here. This is your Soma Chord, those Soma Chord tones that we have scanned in missions. When you get all the pieces scanned, it unlocks different songs that you can swap between, kind of personalize it a little bit more. There are a few things that I have not been able to complete, like Derelict Tones, Earth Tones, Eris Tones, Europa, Jupiter, Kuva Fortress, Lua, Mercury, Phobos, Pluto, Sedna, Void. Those are ones I have not completed yet. Then whenever you're done running around as you can hit the save button, right back to your Warframe. And last but not least, we have our Void Relic Refinement. Here, whenever you have any, like say you're trying to get the Valkyr Prime systems here, you can come down here and click on Radiant. It takes 100 Void Traces, which I have 288, with a maximum of 800. I can spend 100 of those to make this Radiant. It gives these lower three a higher chance of dropping while slightly diminishing the drop rates of the bronze ones up here. As you can see, the bar on the far right switch. It doesn't guarantee you're going to get one of those bottom ones. A lot of times the Radiant still drop the bronze rewards, but it gives you a better chance. You've got tabs up here at the top to swap between the lift, the Mezzo, the Neo, and the Axis. And I believe that is everything for the Orbiter. One last thing I would like to point out. If you hit your start menu, you can go to equipment. Go down here to landing craft. You can decorate, you can put, as you can see right down here, I've got my sacred urn set out. I don't do a whole lot of decorating on the inside of my Orbiter, but there are a couple things like the tea set and the sacred urn here. You can decorate it with so many different things. Say, hit R3, I can place a decoration. I can do it with any of my sculptures, which a lot of people do. Any of the rest of this stuff, if you do not own it already, you can purchase through the use of platinum. So I don't have anything other than the stuff that I have naturally acquired. such as the Sacred Urn, the tea set, and all of these sculptures. I'll exit and go back in. Equipment, landing craft. You can customize it. You can select between the different landing crafts if you've crafted the other ones. The Lie set is the only one I have. You also have the scimitar here. You'll notice the air support carpet bomb. You can use an air support charge to call in a carpet bomb. Ordis will drop bombs in a line from your position to the beacon you placed. The Lie set has override. Ordis will hack the security systems and shut it down for a period of time. You got the Xiphos here, which drops a sentry gun turret, which will help you if you're in, say, survival missions or defense missions. Next one is your Mantis, and it drops a healing tower. So there's that. You can purchase them with platinum, or you can purchase them, or not purchase them, but you can acquire the pieces. You can also go to interior colors, and you can change the color of your interior. You can see mine is red and gold. You can drop down to the customize this color scheme, and you can change all of this. I can change the skin to the original. This is the original skin that the Lie set comes with. I do like my obsidian, so I keep it attached. I can change all of these colors. I can make it random, or I can return it to its normal default colors. So I covered the arsenal, I covered the foundry, I covered the incubator, the inventory. This you can also use. This is the current inventory HUD setup, whatever you want to call it. You can switch through the tabs. You got your Warframe tab, your primary weapon, or this all your weapons. You've got your RTAC, or your Sentinels, my apologies. These are different appearance things, like different helmets you can pick up, craft, and equip them to your Warframes. Right here we've got gear you can craft and place on your gear wheel, such as your fishing spears, your scanners, your mining cutters. This is the dye, the luminous dye, and your ciphers for hacking. Hacking for some, like, spy missions and things like that. These are your dragon keys. These are, still don't know what these are even used for, but I've got almost 4,000 of them. These are your different mining blueprints. These are your prime parts that you can use to craft, or you can sell the extra ones for ducats in order to purchase stuff from Barrow Tier, which becomes every other Friday, and he alternates between the 3 different relays depending on what console you're playing, or PC. He comes to 3 different relays. This tab is for your Arcwings. This one's for your Arcwing primary weapons. No, all weapons, I apologize again. This is the Imperator. It's the first gun you get. This is the Veritux. It is the first melee weapon you get. This is for your braces, your amps, for your Kino. This is the one I currently have equipped. It's level 15, so it's about halfway to being maxed out. Then this is all your extra stuff. All this stuff, like, I've got 3 Oberon chassis here. I've got an Oberon built in the foundry, so I really don't even need these. So I'm going to go ahead and click on all 3 of these. It comes over here. You can sell them. This is the Oberon systems. I can go ahead and sell that. Octavia systems. I do not have Octavia, so I will keep a hold of those for now. Nidus systems. I've got a system and a neuroptic, so I can sell one of these and keep the other one. Then whenever I got all, I can click on anything from any of these tabs and sell them. I've got this triggered to only sellable, so it'll only show me the things I can sell. Excalibur chassis, I only need one of those, so I can sell my extra one of those. Like I said, you can sell these for credits. I tend to hold on to mine and sell them for Indo whenever I need the Indo, rather than wasting them on credits, stuff that I can get really easy. So I'll go ahead and sell these, get 21,000 credits, which puts me closer and closer to my goal of 500,000 credits so that I can rank up my Arbiters of Hexus. And with that, I believe we are done. I just want to say thank you for watching. Again, I apologize for any spoilers you were not aware of. And please do like, subscribe, share these videos. The more the merrier around here. So please do let your friends know about us. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, anything out there confusing you, please drop a comment, let me know, and I will try to cover it in my upcoming videos. Thank you, and have a good day.